Have you ever struggled to prioritize your health? Well, you're not alone. After a very traumatic pregnancy and the birth of our daughters, I found myself very sedentary, overeating, overweight, and overwhelmed. As a busy woman, it is very easy to take care of everyone else's needs and our never-ending to-do list and forget to take care of ourselves. So about 8 months ago, I wasn't feeling great and I decided to put my health further up on my priority list and work on creating healthier habits. Now I feel like I can share a few things that I've learned along the way. It has not always been easy. I've had tons of bad days as I figured out what works for me and what doesn't, but I do feel like I can share some of the things that have made me a healthier version of myself. And thank you to Ladder for sponsoring today's video. I'll tell you all about them and how I'm using them later in the video. Hello friends, good morning. I am making my electrolyte for the day. I like to drink at least one of these. If you've tried these in the past or heard me talk about them from Costco, I realized I left out a crucial point in how they've worked for me. This is a 40-ounce mug. It's full to here. I put this with at least 30 to 35 ounces of water. It says to put it with 16. That is just way too strong for me. I like it with double the water, and then it's perfect. So I realize I have failed to mention that in previous videos, but this just helps me drink more water throughout the day. And since this is a video about what I'm doing on my health update, I figured let's start with hydration. I do also drink a lot of water throughout the day. I don't just drink electrolytes, but I do find that it helps me get in more water, and I like it while I'm doing my morning walk. The peach and lemon lime packets from Costco are my favorite flavors. This little one's getting tired, so I'm gonna get her off to a nap. Can you say bye-bye? Say see you later. See you later, alligator. Yeah. Love you. I love you. Mwah. Thank you for the kiss. Oh. That was a fake out. You tried to give me a kiss, then you went to my shoulder. Oh, you're blowing kisses. Yeah. Good job. Oh, yes. We're starting the video with kisses. Not a bad way to start. One thing that has really been helping me the last several months, and I think has helped me with my health journey as well, is having these freezer meals made. This is the spicy tortilla soup. Putting this in for tonight. What this allows me to do is it allows me to find different times that work depending on the day to go to the gym. If I'm not having to prep dinner, right before dinner is a really good time for me to go to the gym because it's several hours after lunch. After the kids come home from school, they do their homework, then we head to the gym for like an hour and a half, and then we come home, and if dinner's ready in the crock pot, it's really helpful. Plus, a lot of these meals have quite a bit of protein in them, and so that's good because I do focus on protein. Oops. This is a bag of Costco chicken shredded that's frozen. I'm just gonna stick this in the fridge to thaw all day and add it at the end since it's already cooked. This is some homemade chicken broth, also from a Costco chicken, probably the same Costco chicken that that's from. So I'm just gonna add that. So, one thing off of my plate is making dinner. Now I will make a side to go with this of some sort, quesadillas or a vegetable or something, but for the most part, this means that dinner can be out of my mind until right before dinner time. It's time to get in my morning walk. I try and walk 30 minutes every morning. Some mornings I'm able to get my walk done while Hunter and Bennett are still home and they play with Violet here, and maybe we'll watch a show together. So I have my walking pad facing the television. Other times I need to work or review videos or just want to watch something, and then I'll put it here on my laptop on the walking desk. So right now it's set up to watch the television. I'm going to turn it around so that I can use my desk this time. If my walk doesn't happen in the morning when the boys are still home, I wait until Violet goes down for her first nap. Baby monitor. I just recently moved my desk down here to the playroom, and I have been so happy with it down here. I like that it's out of the living room. I don't have to see it all the time upstairs. I've got the big windows here that I can see out into the yard. And then, like I said, I can watch the TV with the kids and do some walking as well. So it's been a win-win situation. I have started wearing this weighted vest while I do my walk because I'm not walking very fast and I can't put this walking pad on an incline or anything. I just helps me feel stronger wearing a weighted vest. You know, if I'm walking around outside, I'm carrying Violet around on my chest, so feels about the same. This weighted vest I ordered on accident. I had it in my cart. I was researching weighted vests, and then I think Mark made a purchase on Amazon and it was already in the cart. So it like showed up and I was like, oh, I didn't know that this got ordered. But we've decided to just use it. It came with 40 pounds in it. I took out several of the weights. You can just open it up like this. And it has all these little individual weight packets. So I've removed 2 on the front, 2 on the back. So I think I'm at maybe like 30 pounds now. And that's what works for me. And it just adds a little strength training to my walk. I know there's other benefits. Do your research if you're interested. I can link this one. I'll see if I can find the link. Yeah, I liked it. The boys love wearing it around too.
And you earn a bunch. The thing is, after a while, the more time you still pay. The same person advantage when at the top of this, but still competing with the big boys. She then went on to teach you people overtaking.
Okay, this is the best part, taking this off. Whew. Feels good to get that off. Went a little bit over my 30 minutes just because I got into the video I was watching. Let's head up and make some breakfast. Try and get some protein in first thing in the morning after I walk. So that is usually some eggs and toast, or a breakfast smoothie. More often than not, it's a breakfast smoothie just because mornings are crazy, trying to get everybody out the door, helping Violet. So this is my breakfast smoothie. That's about 6 ounces of milk. And then I do 6 to 8 ounces of water, half a frozen banana, I've been loving this little Ninja blender because then I can just take it with me and I don't have to clean the big blender. Then we come over to my smoothie making station. I do 1 scoop of chocolate protein powder. 1 small scoop of peanut butter powder. 1 scoop of the Vital Proteins, Costco, it's like collagen, I think. For some reason I can't remember the name of it at the moment. And then 1 scoop of chocolate cacao powder. sometimes I shake it up a little bit and run it a little bit longer just to make sure the banana got mixed up well, because I don't like getting chunks of banana. Another nice thing about this Ninja blender is this heavy bottom part comes off, and then you can wash that right away. And then you screw this on the bottom, and you have your cup to go. Hits the spot. Friends, I spent the afternoon hanging out with Violet and getting ready for the day and working. Now let's sit down and chat a little bit more about what I've been doing for my health. First and foremost, I want to remind you that losing weight and getting healthy is a very personal journey. So what works for me may not work for you, may not be applicable to you in the stage of life that you're in. Just keep all that in mind. And also remember, sometimes it seems like things happened overnight, but this particular health journey has pretty much been ongoing since I gave birth, last January, so a year ago. I did start getting more serious about getting healthy again about July, when I was weaning off pumping, breastfeeding. I knew that I needed to make some changes, and I was finally kind of getting to a headspace after, a very traumatic year, that I was ready to take better care of myself. So my first thing that I did was I worked on my mindset and made sure that I was in the right headspace for getting myself healthy. If I look back on my journal here, I had some health goals, and I wrote it out in more of a journal form. And I just wanted to make sure that I was losing weight and exercising for the right reasons. I think mindset, above all, is very, very important. So I'm going to read you part of it so that you get to see where I was coming from as I started this journey. When I do journaling like this, I like to write it as if this is what I am right now, even though that's not how I was necessarily feeling at the time. I was writing it in a perspective of this is where I'm going to be. So keep that in mind. It says, I am a healthy and happy mom. I take the time to sit down and eat nutritious meals. I've moved my body so that it feels strong. I am so thankful for my body and all it can do. I'm able to keep up with my family, get dressed comfortably. I can go flying with Mark, put on fishing waders with ease, and enjoy this beautiful life we have. I have energy to get up and make meals and engage with my family. I have time to talk and connect with Mark. I enjoy being in the kitchen, creating healthy meals as a family. I love to move my body to keep it healthy and to gain muscle. My body and mind are ready to lose weight and to be happy, healthy. It is amazing to be able to be healthy. I also wrote, I keep myself hydrated. I added that at the end. And then I gave myself a list of things that might be really good to eat, like stir fry, sloppy joe bowls, chicken salad, nuts, berries, hamburger bowls, fajita bowl. So when I say a bowl, you're putting a protein and vegetables and rice, cottage cheese, eggs, egg whites, avocados, omelet bowls, smash burger, high protein, sauce, Greek tuna. I must have been looking at somebody's Instagram. Peppercini roast, Philly cheesesteak bowl, and then I had a protein, fiber, and water goal that I wrote down. So that was the mindset that I was starting out with. I wanted to be more energetic. I want to be happy doing the things that I'm doing. And so mindset matters. And some of those things I was already doing, but I just wanted to make sure that that was my focus. So in addition to doing my daily walks on the walking pad, I like to try and hit the gym at least 3 days a week. You may remember that back in November, we joined a gym so that the whole family can get out and get some more exercise. We love using the pool. The kids go and play basketball. We've started to play some racquetball. They have a daycare that Violet and Everett can go into. And it's just a great way to keep the family active. But I do try and do 3 workouts a week that are more focused on strength training and maybe a little bit more higher intensity cardio. Now, I've worked up to this. I wasn't up for that when Violet was still really little and I was struggling with lack of sleep. But as I have lost the weight, my energy has increased and I have found that I need to increase my working out as well. But if you're anything like me, I can go to the gym and walk on a treadmill. I can go to a class, but classes haven't worked out very well for me because with Violet's nap schedule, I rarely make it to the gym when a class is actually happening. But when it comes to doing an actual weight workout, I often get overwhelmed and I'm not sure what to do to fill my time. And that is where today's sponsor, Ladder, comes to save the day. I would love to have a personal trainer to tell me exactly what to do with each workout, but that is not my reality. So Ladder is an app right on your phone, but instead of just doing random workouts and not seeing any progress, Ladder has plans designed by expert coaches to help you reach your goals. So you go through and take a quiz of what things you are working on. Do you want to do weightlifting? Do you want to do Pilates? Do you want to work on running? Do you want to do traditional bodybuilding? How many times a week are you able to work out? And then they match you with a coach. And you can try welcome workouts from different coaches and find a coach that matches with what you want. And then you get personalized plans each week to help you reach your workout goals. So now when I go to the gym, instead of being confused and not knowing what to do to use my time wisely, I get on a treadmill or an elliptical, warm up for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then hop on the Ladder app to do my personalized workout for the day. The Ladder app is really awesome and intuitive. You can go in and every move you do, you can enter the weights that you use. So the next time you do that workout, you remember how much weight you used and whether that was hard for you or not. There are very clear instructions. You get to add your own music through Apple Music or Spotify that plays in the background while you're working out. And then you have your personal trainer talking right in your ear, telling you what the next move is, giving you tips and tricks with your music playing in the background. I can't tell you how many times I have chosen a random workout off of Instagram or YouTube and the music is terrible and you really just don't know like what to do next. Like it's just like a one and done workout. It's not an actual plan for you. So that's what I love about the Ladder app. It gives me a very clear direction on what exercises to do to reach my fitness goals, and I absolutely love that. Now I can do it at home if it's a day that I can't make it to the gym because I do have some free weights here at home. I love working out at the gym when I have daycare and don't get stopped every 15 minutes, so that's my personal favorite way to use the Ladder app, but I do love that I can do it at home or at the gym. A few things I love about these personalized workout plans. They're in your ear telling you what weights to use for beginning, medium, hard weights, giving you advice on how to push through. I love that you can use your own music because sometimes the music makes or breaks a workout. You can put your Spotify in the background and then when your trainer comes on to tell you tips into your earphones, the music goes down. And then after you complete a workout, you get to post it to the wall and celebrate with the other members on your team. And you can also chat with them if you want. So it kind of gamifies it a little bit, which is fun, and you don't feel so alone in your workouts. And that workout challenged me even when I was using 4-pound weights. So if you're ready to have an expert coach and a plan in place for your exercise routine, click the link in the description below to get $10 off the Ladder app today. There's a plan and a coach on there for everyone. Next up, I made appointments with my doctor. I got my blood drawn. I had been going to my OB for the past year during the pregnancy and after the pregnancy, but now it was time to go back and see a doctor, which as an adult, I let that go for a very long time. I did not have a doctor, and I did get a doctor before getting pregnant with the twins that I started to see regularly, and so I reestablished that care back in July. And with all the blood work that I got done, she suggested that I get on a GLP-1 medication. So after her suggestion and doing my own research, I decided to try a GLP-1 medicine. And for me, it has been a very positive experience. Mark and I talked it over extensively. What were the risks? What were the benefits? But being overweight leads to so many health issues that I was hoping if it would work, then those health issues would not become a problem. And so I got on a GLP-1 medication probably mid-August. And so it has been about 7 months. I've lost like 55 pounds. And honestly, the weight loss is like an added benefit. Again, weight loss is so personal, but with my doctor and doing my own research, I decided to give a GLP-1 a try. And here is my experience. 1, it makes it so that I can slow down and make better choices. Slow down and get more water in. Slow down and not think about food all the time. I didn't realize how much time food was consuming my thoughts. What to eat, when to eat, not to eat too much, not to eat a second round of something, things like that. I didn't realize that that was something that was happening so often in my brain. If you have never been overweight in your life, you may not know what it's like to experience that, but I realized that was my normal, that a lot of my extra brain power was going to thinking about food, where my next meal, what I already ate, feeling upset about what I ate, or all the things. So what they call that is food noise. And I definitely had it, but didn't really realize that I had it. I've always tried to eat healthy and good, but I definitely am an emotional eater as well. So last year was an emotional year. So it just slowed my brain down. It does help you feel full quicker, which was probably a big problem that I had. I was eating and then not listening to those cues and completely overeating. But here's the real difference when it comes to food for me personally. Before, when there would be cookies on the counter. First thought would be like, oh, I don't need to eat that cookie. And then you'd spend some time with that. And then you would eat the cookie. And then you'd probably, if you're like me, eat several cookies. And then you would feel bad and sick from eating so many cookies. That would, not all the time, but sometimes that would be the problem. Or I would have 1 or 2 cookies, want more, and stop myself because it was like, I know I shouldn't eat more than 2 cookies. So different situations depending on the day. Now, we make cookies, or there are cookies on the counter. If I am hungry for a cookie, I will have a bite of a cookie. I will have a whole cookie, and then I will move on with my day, and I never think about that cookie again. I don't think, oh, I shouldn't have eaten it. And I also don't think, oh, I needed to eat 5 more. That's the difference. It just makes it so that it's not so consuming. Same thing with like having extra food at dinner. I eat, I feel full, and then I move on with my night, and I never think, oh, I shouldn't eat another plate. If I was hungry, I would eat another plate. If I'm not, then I just clean up dinner and move on with my life. If later on I'm hungry, I make myself something else to eat and eat it and feel full, feel satisfied, and then move on with my day. So all the extra brain power is not going into eating, thinking about food. So for me, it has been a great tool in my arsenal of all of these things to losing weight these past 7 months. One last thing that I want to say about being on a GLP-1 is it's not magic. You still can eat whatever you want, but it just might make you sick if you overeat. Thankfully, I have not had side effects because I have focused on eating protein and vegetables and fiber, and then all the other things are just kind of added bonuses. I still eat carbohydrates. I'll explain that all in a minute. But it is not a magic pill that all of a sudden you're not going to want to just eat good food. But you start to feel better, your brain slows down, you eat the better food, and then you're not hungry for food that is not as healthy for you. I would still say that I'm more of like an 80-20 person. I don't think anything is off limits. I'll explain that all in a little bit, but it's not a magic pill. It doesn't automatically make you choose good foods. But I will say that I do enjoy foods more now because I know that I don't have to like overeat them. It's not like, oh, this is my one time to eat this food. It's like, I'm going to eat this food and I'm going to enjoy it. And then I move on with my day. I don't think I'll never eat this again, or this is a cheat meal or whatever. I just eat it, enjoy it more than I was before. Because before I was just kind of sometimes inhaling food and not thinking about it. It just slows you down to think about it. It's not a magic pill, but it is a great tool to help weight loss if it works for you. Like some people it does not work for. I was a good responder to the medicine. I didn't have side effects. I started on a very low dose and I stayed on that low dose for 3 months. And then I moved to the next dose. So I haven't just been like blowing through doses every 3-4 weeks. I have waited until my body was kind of ready for a little bit more help. And that has been really good for me. Do I plan to be on it for the rest of my life? Time will tell. I don't know how my body is going to continue to react to it, but I do my research. I have seen that a lot of people do really well once they hit their goal weight to microdose down. And I talked to my doctor about this and she agreed with it. Instead of taking a shot every like 7 to 10 days, you push it out to every 14 days about. So you end up taking like 2 shots a month instead of 4 shots a month, and you take the lower dose. So you do what's called microdosing, and then you just keep things in check. And then maybe you can wean off of it. There are a lot of people that have been successful with that and some people that have not been successful. So I am planning on just doing this for the long term, but time will tell. This medication, unfortunately, can be hard to find and it also can be expensive. I'm on what is called Zepbound, just in case you're wondering the brand. It's a trizepatide medication. You're welcome to make your own opinion about GLP-1s, but for me, it has been a really good choice to just get my health back on track. My life is very public here on YouTube, and so I have like the video evidence of myself losing the weight, but you guys didn't seem to notice until I had lost about 50 pounds, and then it was like, whoa, all of a sudden you've lost so much weight. That was, like I said, 6 to 7 months of dedication and sticking with all these different things that I'm going to tell you about. It did not happen overnight. And I do have a goal weight that I'm still working towards, but I'm okay if that takes another 6 months, year and a half, whatever it is. I'm okay with slow and steady progress that can be maintained. This has been quicker than other weight loss that I've had in the past, but I just feel like it's been slow and steady, which has been very motivating to just lose little tiny increments over time and then see it all add up here 6 or 7 months later. Next, let's talk about food. Now, I'm not going to go through and tell you exactly what I eat every day. There are so many amazing people on Instagram, YouTube that have food plans, that have amazing ideas of how to make, protein pancakes so that you feel full. There's so many ideas out there. So if you're wanting like an exact what you eat in a day, that's not going to come from me because that is not my area of expertise. But I do have some kind of guidelines that I use when eating. I probably already mentioned this in the video, but I try and go protein, fiber, vegetables, stay hydrated. Those are my main goals of the day. I always try and start my day with protein and by lunch have some vegetables and some more protein. And I typically eat my carbs earlier in the day just because by the time I get to dinner time, I am not hungry enough to have a bunch of carbs. But I do not restrict carbs and I don't actually restrict when I eat them. But as I was thinking about what I end up doing is I usually eat them earlier in the day when I'm a little bit more hungry. It's really important to me that no food is actually off limits. The only foods that would be off limits are foods that I didn't eat already. Like I don't drink coffee, I don't have alcohol, so I'm not going to start adding those into my diet. I also won't eat foods that I am allergic to or that make me feel sick. Like for me, that's raw broccoli. For years, I didn't realize that that's what was making me have intense stomach aches. I can eat broccoli all day long if it's cooked, but raw broccoli gives me terrible stomach aches. So I'm not going to be sitting eating raw broccoli, and I won't be eating foods that are moldy though, which those are like, I just don't have any rules where I'm like, I will not eat bread or I will not eat that past a certain time in the day. That to me is too restrictive, and that gets borderline unhealthy if I make those type of rules for myself. So nothing is off limits. I do try and have 80-20, 80% really good, healthy things and keep that other stuff at 20%. But it's really just eat those good things, and then I'm not really that hungry to eat other things, and that's what it boils down to. I have found it helpful that if I want something that maybe is more of a sugary treat, that I pair it with something that's going to be more filling and nutritious. So like if I want some potato chips, I'm eating them with some chicken and vegetables at the same time so that it feels balanced and nutritious and filling, and I don't just like eat a whole bag of chips and not feel great afterwards. When I was first starting my weight loss journey, I did keep a food log that just helped me understand like what I was eating. Was I getting enough protein? I am not doing that currently, but I did find that very helpful at the beginning to see, was I getting enough water? Was I getting enough protein? Was I getting enough fiber? Or was I thinking that I was eating a lot, but I wasn't? It just helped me realize what I was actually consuming, but I kind of phased out of that when I didn't feel like it was as necessary. My main goal is to just make sure that I am nourishing my body and enjoying foods at the same time. If Bennett makes an amazing loaf of bread, you better believe that I am enjoying that bread. If I spend hours making a cake, you better believe that I am enjoying some of that cake. Probably not as many pieces as I would have in the past, because like I said earlier, I just like realize I'm full and I move on, not because I have to will myself not to have a second piece of cake. Now, if I want more cake later, I come back and have some more. So no foods are off limits. For me personally, that is what works. I'm hoping through this whole thing that I am developing a healthier relationship with food that I can keep going long term. While I was editing this video, I realized I am not an expert in food, like I said, and there are so many ideas out there online, but I did realize there are certain foods that I go back to time and time again, so I can share a list of things that have been good for me over the past 7 months. So for breakfast, like I said, a breakfast smoothie is kind of my go-to. If I need to like leave the house really quick, even just like a Fairlife protein smoothie is good. A breakfast scramble with eggs and vegetables like spinach and mushrooms with toast, fruit like berries, apples, bananas, those kind of things. So I don't feel like I really mentioned fruit. I do eat fruit, lots of fruit. Snacks or on-the-go items, a cheese stick and a meat stick can be really good. Mark makes amazing moose jerky, so that with a cheese stick. I do like those almond flour crackers from Costco. We've tried those recently. I like those as a snack along with, like I said, a meat stick and a cheese stick, some popcorn, fruit, sugar snap peas, cottage cheese, really high in protein, apple with peanut butter, Greek yogurt with fruit added. And I do like a diet soda when I'm wanting something sweet. For lunch is where I struggle sometimes because dinner we do as a family, breakfast I've got covered. Lunch, I often just have leftovers of whatever's for dinner, so that's easy. But if I don't have any leftovers, I find myself eating those pineapple chicken sausages from Costco with some vegetables or a salad, a big salad with chicken and lots of good toppings, salmon. I made amazing smoked salmon. We froze that over the summer. That's one of my favorite lunches. Or smoked salmon dip with vegetables. From Costco, I really like those Amy Lou chicken patties, as well as, I think it was Amy Lou lettuce wraps, where you just have like the chicken crumbles and it has like a sauce and you just can eat it plain or you can eat it in a piece of lettuce. I thought those were really good. For dinner, we do lots of things like chili with lots of beans and moose meat, open face sloppy joes, or like a French dip sandwich. Depending on how hungry I am, I will have like a bottom bun and see how I feel after that. Or sometimes I don't want a bun at all and I just eat it as a salad. Violet's adding her 2 cents over there. And then we often eat just steak and vegetables and potatoes for dinner. Soups loaded with veggies. lots of taco nights, whether that's with steak or with ground meat. If I'm not as hungry, I will have it as a salad and add lots of beans and things like that. Or I'll have it with a tortilla if I'm feeling like it. Chickpea lentil curry with or without rice, depending on how you're feeling. Okay, I'm gonna go get Violet and then I'll finish my list. We are matching in our leopard print today. I have my leopard print shirt and Violet has her leopard print pants on. So cute. So cute. Do you want to play? You want to see the kitty? There's the kitty. Hi, Luna. Did you come to say hello? Yeah. So spaghetti is a common staple in our house, and I love eating a few noodles while it's cooking. I just like that, like almost like crunchy but soft noodle. So I find that I often eat noodles while I am cooking, and by the time dinner comes around, I just want the meat and the sauce and green beans or whatever vegetable we're having with it, and I feel very satisfied. Salmon or halibut, salmon bowls are one of our favorite things because you put tons of fresh vegetables and edamame in there. Hamburger. Yeah. Hamburgers. Yeah, and the two of you, when I am filming, I got Luna here, Violet here. Oh, they like to be a part of it. Hamburgers either with lettuce as like the bun, or open-faced, which would be on one bun, or I often like to just chop it up and make a really good salad, add the pickles in, add the tomatoes, put a little bit of ketchup and mustard on it, and it's delicious. A little treat in the evening that I find extremely satisfying is opening up 2 dates, putting peanut butter on it, an almond, and then sprinkling it with salt, just a little bit of like sea salt. It is just like, it's satisfying, it fills me up, and I just like feel like I had a good little sweet treat. Dates do have a lot of sugar in them, but they also have a lot of fiber, and so, yeah. Woo! I've always kind of been a cake and cookie snob. Like if it's like from the grocery store and not very good, I don't eat it anyways. I like a good cookie or a good piece of cake. I will definitely have some of that if it's here. Or some really good donuts. I tend to have my breakfast first and then have that as like a couple bites of that as a treat instead of as a full meal, because if I ate it as my meal, I find that I'm hungry really soon. I just don't feel satisfied, and I often will even feel sick if I don't eat some protein along with something sugary. So there's my 2 cents. Hopefully you can find an idea or two in there if you're struggling to find something to eat, but there are so many good ideas out there online. Well, I thought this was going to be a quick little section to film, but I had lots of help. But I know you guys love Luna and Violet, so no big deal there. Hey. Hey. Hi. Bye-bye. Something that I have come to love over the last 6 months is doing saunas. And I feel like that has also contributed to me being a healthier person. If you don't know much about saunas, it raises your heart rate. So it's like you're getting a cardio workout without having to move. Now, working out has so many benefits aside from the cardio part of it. So I'm not saying do a sauna instead of a workout, but it does raise your heart rate. It helps your circulation and blood flow. You sweat out toxins. There are so many good benefits of a sauna, and it has been so healthy for our relationships within our family and our friendships. Inviting people over to come take a sauna with us has been such an amazing experience. People just love it. You get to just like sit and talk and connect in a way that is sometimes hard to do when you've got your families around and things like that. Mark and I try and take a sauna together at least once a week, and we've had some of our best conversations in the sauna where we can just like decompress and talk things out. It has been so wonderful. So I would add regular trips to the sauna to things that have helped my health over the last 6 months. I was not a sauna girl before. I supported Mark in building the sauna, but I did not realize how much I would enjoy it and how good I would feel after taking a sauna. It helps with stress relief. It helps you produce natural melatonin so you sleep better. So I just add going in the sauna as another tool in my tool belt of feeling like a healthier version of myself. Hydrate. I've also been taking my Grun's vitamins to help, fill in those gaps in my nutrition. I've always struggled taking vitamins, but it is easier if they're in a nice little packet of gummies. It's like a nice little afternoon treat. Violet and I are matching in our stripes today. Hi, sweetheart. Did you have a good nap? Yeah. Well, friends, thank you so much for coming along with me today as we discuss some of the things that I'm doing to be healthier. I think it's important to remember that your health goals and your weight loss goals are about a journey, not just a destination, because you don't get to a point and suddenly feel healthy or get to a certain weight and suddenly feel happy. It's about finding happiness along the journey. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hi, sweet girl. Oh, did I scare you? Sorry. You're so cute. Yeah. Hanging out. Yeah. If you're on your own health journey and looking for an awesome workout plan, make sure you check out the Ladder app. Use the link in the description below. We are so grateful for each and every one of you that spends time with us. We'll see you again real soon for more of This Alaska Life. Good night, Luna. Yeah. Ready for some cuddles? Mm-hmm.